am Pastor John McClain here with Andreas Ruiz of I Believe in Myself Coaching.
Yes,
I feel
sir.
like that's like the first time I've said it like that for a long time.
Yeah, you said it right. Finally.
Yeah, I said it right. Yeah, sometimes I just forget to introduce us all together. I'm just like, this is our show. Welcome.
We're just here.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, and I have my son Tristan here in studio with me. He doesn't want to speak, so if you're watching, you get to see him, but if you're listening, sorry. No, nothing for you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to hear the voice of a 15-year-old legend in the making today. You'll have to just imagine what he sounds like.
Yep.
It's like this. Hi guys, hey, I'm Tristan. Like it's like that, except for
except the squeaky voice.
Except for a little squeaky. But this would not be the Common Good Radio Show if I did not give thanks to a very loving father that once lets my son be here in studio with me. He's so blessed. He's out of school, so he gets to join me. And Andreas, such a blessed life, definitely has a lot of great things going on. Our guest Steve that we have here in studio, he's got 4 amazing children, so he lives a blessed life, and none of that would be possible if it wasn't for a great father that made it possible for us. So go ahead and thank him. Dear Lord, thank you so much for loving us and allowing us to know how to love one another. Thank you for guiding us, for being there for us, even when we think that we're alone, Lord. Thank you for being in our hearts, in our minds, in our souls, to make sure that we get to our goals and our calling that you have for us, Lord. In your son's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. That was good.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. One of these days I have to do that invocation that I did at Reach for the Stars, because that was just it was perfect. I just felt it move. But yeah, I think your mic's down too low or something. Put it up a little bit.
It was very high.
No, I can't hear you.
What?
Your mic, speaking to the mic a little.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, that's my bad. I'm trying to make sure I'm not covering Steve up in here, So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Even though I think Steve wants to be covered a little bit for some reason. Oh, you don't mind? Okay, good. Yeah, every now and again we have a guest that tries to hide from the video. So yeah, that's good. That's know that Steve. He knows he's a movie star, so he's okay.
The star of the day.
Actually, pull that mic closer to you there. Yeah,
There we go.
yeah. If you have to pretty much be within like 6 inches, or you sound like you're on the other side of the room.
Like this.
All
right.
Okay. So I guess let's go ahead and let's go.
1, 2.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Bars. So yeah, we got that's Steve is here in studio with us. He is the head sales poobah with Action Print and Copy. And thank you for being here with us, Steve.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
More distance.
There we go. Yeah, we'll get this figured out.
Yeah, we got you.
This is
Steve.
our first show.
We got you, man. We're on you.
So I guess just kind of to introduce Steve even farther, me and Andreas met him at one of our favorite places to be, which is the Arizona Sands Club. I want to think at probably either the second or fourth marketing, fourth Wednesday marketing meeting,
It's
networking
been a
meeting.
while, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I feel like months at least that we'd meet and we kind of interact at those things, and thanks to you, actually, I think one day I sat with you and I was like, I think God had you come today, had me come today, because I've been wanting to put out this editorial about that's a spinoff of this radio show about the good we're doing, and I wanted and I need a print place to do it with, and I believe that's you guys, definitely as many times as I've seen him, certainly I've always gotten a good vibe from you particularly. And then, once we met and you introduced me to Curtis, one of the co-owners of Action Print and Copy, we were able to make it work and figure out, how to put together our print editorial, Common Good News. And I think we're going on the 6th month now that we've actually been printing it, thanks to, us meeting.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a good partnership, for sure.
Yeah, so, I guess let's go in our little time capsule. And back when I first came to you and I was like, okay, I want to, have you ever heard of the Coffee News? I want to do something like that. And asked if that was something you guys were able to do. What were you thinking? And what I'm guessing, I'm not the first person to come to you that, one, didn't even know if you guys could do it, and two, if there was a partnership available there.
Yeah, no. When you first came in and you mentioned that, I thought, well, as it turns out, we do print some of the coffee news.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, that's right down our, you know,
Mhm.
perfect. So I said, let's hook up and talk about what you're looking at, what you want to accomplish,
Mhm.
and see if we can work something out that beneficial for both of us.
Mm-hmm. And then I guess kind of like in that same vein of questions, like, so what are kind of the collection of services that you guys do? Like, I mean, especially when I first came to you, and it's something I've been seeing and calling around to other print places, is just like, not everybody can do everything.
Yeah, and that's true. No,
Mm.
actually, there's really no printer out there that does everything.
Mhm.
But we try to do as much as we can, obviously, and we like we're a retail shop, and we've really started out. Our background is in walk in, come in,
Mm.
business cards, quick print,
Mm.
copies, things like that. And it's just transformed over the years into more of printing flyers, newsletters, and then we started getting into some of the other stuff, which was signage, banners, window graphics, door graphics, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we're always looking for that next, step to take to provide something for our clients that that they may need, and we've just grown over the years. The last, trying to get more stuff available
Mhm.
for our clients, so they don't have to go to another company for it. And we can provide it right there in house.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have a great staff, and they're really willing to go that extra step to keep our clients happy. And so we meet quite often, and we discuss what we think our clients are looking for,
Mm-hmm.
and we tend to try to move that direction and accommodate them the best we can.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And it's, I'm glad you mentioned that, at least about your staff, because definitely with my experience in going in there, I mean, yourself included, Curtis, you guys have just a great staff. Like it definitely, it's for the first time in a long time, I feel like when I go in there, okay, these guys consider customer service. Like customer service
Right.
is something that is on top of mind in this type of place where, I mean, there's so many places I go to lately where I'm just like, what happened to customer service? Like, doesn't it not even exist anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it, and that's the key. We really want our staff to know that we're not, we're not just a quick print copy place where somebody comes in and plugs and plays and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
We want them to feel welcome, and we want them to come in and know that they have questions. If there's something that they're not sure of, we're there to help.
Nice. Well, we'll talk about all that and more after this break. This Common Good Radio Show brought to you by Veteran Rescue Mission. I got a buddy, Andreas Ruiz, who has something to tell you about.
Yeah, so anybody out there who wants to be a motivational speaker or just a public speaker, get better as a speaker, I am having a masterclass where I will teach you how to be a more confident public speaker, be able to speak in any type of setting. And if you're interested in the masterclass, send me an email at ibelievecal@gmail.com, and I'd be more than happy to give you the details. I am your co-host, Andres Ruiz, alongside the Pastor John McClain, and we have in the studio the amazing Tristan, and we also have Steve Jones from Print and Copy, and Action Print and Copy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just really grateful to have you here, man, and thank you for everything that you've done for the print editorial. It's really awesome. I was at the Sands Club today, and I was checking out the print editorials. They look amazing,
Mm-hmm.
and I see some of the people checking them out, and so it's really cool to see that at the Sands Club. I feel like a celebrity when I see that.
Yeah.
So I feel cool. And but yeah, and you were talking a little bit about customer service, and just I really believe that is so important. And honestly, like John mentioned, how sometimes you go into certain locations and you don't feel like welcomed. You don't feel like that greeting. Just that simple greeting is so powerful. But what do you feel has had you guys have such great customer service when it comes to when customers come in, or just the whole process? What do you think it attributes to that?
I just think we have a young staff for the most part, and I just think that that's one of the things that just seems to have worked out really well, even before I came on board. When I met Curtis, some of the things that I wanted to do in my career was work for a company that put the customer first.
Mm.
And then when he introduced me to some of the staff, and and talked about the direction that he wanted to move the company, it just really fit with where I wanted to do.
Mm.
So, but I just think that, again, I agree with you. There's too many times I've gone into places and you see, the staff doesn't really make the effort to greet you. And I think that's one of the things that Curtis has really stressed with the staff. And then we've had some people, which like the Green Valley location, it used to be Busy Bee printing, and we kept on the employees from Busy Bee, and they were just a really good staff to begin with. So we've added some really good people to that staff. And then the same goes with the Tucson location. We, have added some people, and during the interview process and whatever, that you want to, that we can teach you printing, we can teach you all the processes, but we want you to be the type of person that is able to communicate with people and welcome that. And, we don't want you to be that type of person that just kind of, hey, what do you want?
Yeah.
But, I think we've accomplished that. We've had a really good crew, really good staff at both locations.
Nice. That's awesome. And, so you mentioned you have another location besides Tucson location. And, for the ideal client, like who do you serve out there and who do you serve out here? Is it the same, or tell us a little bit about that?
They're a little bit different. We always go back to the basics. We do the business cards and letterheads and copies and, flyers, and that's a down and dirty part of the business. And we'll always do that, and we do it well. Green Valley's, it's a little more laid back, but it's a Sarita, and it's a growing area. And so there's some businesses popping up down there, and we really feel like we're there, and we want people to come there and try us out. And then Tucson is just, it is Tucson. We're right in the middle. We're conveniently located, and we're busy all the time. But
what product, what service or product would you say like you're unmatched? Like what do you guys do that you think other services have a hard time matching?
Well, again, I think the best thing that we do for our clients is, I think we do a really good job, and we do it quick. We're a quick turnaround, where I believe a lot of places aren't able to turn it quick as we can. But the printing and the copying and the business cards are, like I said, that's the down and dirty part of our business, and probably the biggest bulk of it. But it's the large format and that signage kind of business, and the vehicle wraps and the window graphics, I think is really growing. In fact, really during COVID, that really took off. It seemed like some of the other things kind of slowed down, and that part of the printing business kind of took off.
Interesting.
And I think it was because people had marketing money to spend, but we weren't in contact with everybody. So we were able to advertise on our vehicles and things like that. And another thing was the construction businesses, things like that really took a nice boom.
Mm.
And those are also the type of people that are purchasing those type of products.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was a big boost to that part of the industry.
Nice.
Yeah, so I mean, it just sounds like you serve, pretty much overall anybody who that has a business. Mainly, it sounds like, but also the people in general that maybe just want to make a few copies or something like that. Or
That's correct. I think we want to service anybody that walks through the door. We consider them our client, whether they're just there to make one copy or whether they're there to make 10,000, 20,000 copies, or our print flyers, books, maps, brochures, whatever it is. We treat all the same, and they're all our best client.
Nice. So I guess go ahead and let our listeners know the address of those two locations, and then how they can get a hold of those locations and the website.
All right. Well, our website is www.printapc.com. And we have a location in Tucson. It's on the corner of First and Prince. And then we have a location in Green Valley that's it's right off the Esperanza exit. It's in the Green Valley Village Shopping Center.
Nice.
And like I said, the staff is always there and ready to help you when you walk in, greet you with a smile, and we just enjoy being part of the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. Good
And you
stuff.
definitely, you've great service to the community. Absolutely. Definitely. You got not only, our organization, but I can't go too far without hearing good things with, people that have worked with you guys. And like you said, great turnaround, great product. Like, certainly the best thing that I love is and where I put you head and shoulder over Vistaprints and all these other ones whose names we shall not say, is like, I'll send you guys stuff and it'll be a little off and you'll help me fix it, rather than just printing it.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm Pastor John McLean here with Mr. Andreas Ruiz with I Believe in Myself Coaching. He's the most amazing coach and presenter. If you have an event that you need somebody to present to motivate people or just to kind of set the mood appropriately, I would suggest you contact Andreas Ruiz with I Believe in Myself.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have our very favorite top of the list guests
Mhm.
here in studio with us today.
Absolutely.
It may be the last time for a while. I hope not.
I hope
I
not.
will cry in studio if it is. But we have Dr. Jennifer Herrera with the superintendent of Tucson International Academy, the author of the book Making College Come True, a former Tucson Unified School District educator.
Mhm.
And I feel like there's something else I missed. The newest you're not the newest talk radio show host in the city of Tucson anymore. There's a new
Oh my
show.
gosh,
Yeah.
what?
But the second newest talk radio show host in the city of Tucson with the
Awesome.
Making College Come True radio show. So,
Awesome.
yeah, thanks
Thank
for joining
you.
us
Yes.
once again.
Good to be here always.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything good.
It feels like it's been too long. So we have definitely a lot to catch up
yeah.
on with
Mhm.
Tucson International Academy and all the awesome stuff you guys have been up to.
Oh, yes. It's been fun. It's been good. It's been busy.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and especially, we've had you had a Cinco de Mayo. You had a great event. Tell us a little bit about that, and because I saw some of the pictures, some of the videos,
Mhm.
it was looked like so much
Looked
fun.
super cool.
Yeah, tell
Yeah.
us about that.
it
And
was
you
fun.
always have that going on. That's what I love about your school. Tell us about that.
Mhm.
Well, we do like events because we believe that in any true business scenario, you have to learn to interact with other humans. And it's always good to give an in-person presentation versus an online. Online is a great option, but I don't think it will ever come close to replacing the power of person to person.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we are, combating that a little bit because we just came out of COVID. We've been online for our education. We've been distance learning. Most of this year, all of this year, we've been in person with an option for people who really still feel concerned about their health and being exposed to other people, that they can do distance learning, even this whole entire school year. And we've had a few students choose to be distance learners. So what has been happening? Well, it feels like starting all over again because we are basically reintroducing all these events. The events were shut down because it was, several hundred people at each of them. So the 3 events that were most recent would be our career and college fair, our Cinco de Mayo, and our graduation. And all of those events have happened in the last 6 weeks of school when we still have three more days after today of school, and then we're done for the summer.
Then you can breathe.
Yes, exactly. Maybe some sleep in there. We'll see.
Yeah.
And like I said, things come up, you have to adjust. Starting with the career and college fair, we had Mr. Zimmer was on, and he was one of our speakers, and he has started many businesses here in Tucson, including even the Tucson Sidewinders and doing some other very powerful businesses. And then he went to retire, and he still opened up a business where he retired. It's just the fate of a businessman, right?
That resume took like 5 minutes for you to say. It was like long resume. I was like, dude, what's up with this guy? Has, like Univision or something like that, or Telemundo. I can't remember who he's done it for, but
Telemundo. He brought Telemundo to Tucson. That's a big deal.
Like, this guy is amazing.
I would say so.
He's he wants to retire, but I don't think it's ever going to happen because he just opened up a wine tasting place up in the mountains, and he's very excited about that. So it's just fun. If you become an entrepreneur, you can literally just continue to have businesses and enjoy yourself. You can explore new venues. I'm sure he was not an expert in wine before, but he is now, and that makes it fun.
It's actually really inspirational that you say that, because I've been having that conversation with my wife lately, just about my own lot in life, where I do 10, 15 different things, and I'm just like, well, honey, what do I do? What am I? Who am I?
You're an entrepreneur.
Well, you're an entrepreneur. And I was like, but I want to be something. But yeah, I guess, it's okay to be an entrepreneur.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I mean, look at all the stuff you get to do. Like, that's how I got to know you guys, was through the radio show, which is as a business also. So it's so much fun to meet people and to have like minds. And then we did our little business building seminars over at the Sands Club.
Yeah.
Just a few of those. But how powerful were those? I mean, we probably scared those poor people off because they were like, dang, they're serious. Like, they're expecting me to start a business. But it's so much fun to do a business. I mean, I think that doing business keeps ideas fresh. It keeps the worker happy because there's new challenges, and also nothing is overwhelming after a while. You've basically faced it all. You've faced bankruptcy. You've faced supply and demand problems. You've faced having to change with the industry. Like, okay, how did COVID go down? I'm a regular traditional school, and we teach in person, and then COVID, now everybody's online, so figure out a distance learning program starting tomorrow. And by the way, the kids can't come in person. So you got to figure out how to communicate all that. You got to figure out how to set up a system that will work for teachers, because teachers are very in-person oriented. They are in person. They are personable. They like to be with that FaceTime. They like to interact and be dramatic. So yeah, that is a entrepreneurship problem. I think that happens with every industry, even with coaching. Like, you coach this group of people for a while, and then there doesn't seem to be a need. So you go to businesses. Then maybe you're doing your motivational speaking, and then back, they need a little of all. That's the beauty. I mean, you never will be bored. You will always have work, because there's so many ways that you can involve coaching.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so fun. So same with you. I mean, how many ways can you help some of the civil problems that we have? There's a million ways, and it's so fun to find one that actually makes that difference. Like the tiny house neighborhood and the different things that you've been involved in. It's just exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I guess like a quick question I asked before we go into break, a debate me and my wife been having is, I believe that everybody has it in them, even if it's just a side hustle, to be an entrepreneur, and she doesn't.
Oh, what a fun debate. We should have her on. That's a good one, because I'm kind of like you. I believe everybody can, because everybody's created uniquely, and they all fit the solution to some problem. Now, the size of the problem may vary. I mean, if you solve a very big, large, difficult problem, you're going to make a lot of money. If you're just solving a little problem, you'll make a little money. So it's like the size of the problem equals how much you will make from it. And how beautiful if we get to a place in society where we don't have to worry about how much the money is. Just every problem solved is just equally welcomed and championed. I mean, that's what I look forward to. I think that day is coming.
That's
Mm.
interesting. I love that.
Yeah, I'm
That's
gonna
awesome.
take
I
that
like
that
stuff.
take to my wife. See what she says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good
Might be
stuff.
the size of the problems
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
for
know.
sure.
Love
It
it.
was-
Love it.
Yeah.
I am your host, Andres Ruiz, alongside the Pastor John McClain. We also have the Tristan in the house.
Woo.
And we have Jonathan behind the other camera. So-
Photography by Jonathan Arlia.
Yes. Yeah. Glad to have you here,
I
man. We're really grateful to have you, man. And we also have the Dr. J, and we were just having a great
Yes.
conversation as usual. We could talk for days probably.
Yeah.
But this show doesn't let us. So
Yeah.
one thing that I did want to talk to Dr. J about was how she believes in entrepreneurship, but I also love how some of her teachers do some entrepreneurship. I mean, they have their job, but then they also have a side of them of entrepreneurship. And I remember one time JA went in there, and I loved how you acknowledged and how you praised some of the teachers there, that you were like, hey, the teachers, they are teachers, but they also have their business. And I really love that about you, that you're good with that. You love that about other people, that they don't have that entrepreneurship spirit. And tell us a little bit about that, like about the teachers that you have and how they're doing their thing on the side. And I love how you support that as well. Tell us about that.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I do support it, and I've seen it in action. Our schools are about 88% Hispanic. And so what that means is there's like a culture that just emerges by itself. Like you don't have to create it. It just emerges. And I would have to say, for whatever reason, we've attracted a bunch of parents and workers that if they're Hispanic, they're also very entrepreneurial. And I don't know how that happened, to be honest. Maybe it's just that like energy connect again or something.
Yep.
But I learned a lot watching one of my longtime employees, Nydia Rodriguez, and she totally worked for me for these past 20 years full time. And she also, when things would come up in her family, like her daughter's quinceañera or a trip she wanted to take, she would just start selling things on the side. And I thought, oh, how do you make money with that? Well, you can make some good money with that. And then she also extended that entrepreneurship into our schools. And she said, hey, there's a lot of kids that would like to go on our international trips, but they just don't have the money. So what could we do, you know? And so we started selling nachos and soda, you know, two things that are not exactly nutritional. However, they are treats because our families really don't eat and drink that stuff much. And so we started selling them just once a week. And boy, you can really rack up some money quickly. It's not that expensive. And if you follow the rules and you advertise ahead of time, they'll save their little allowance or whatever they have, and they will make it happen. Also, like famous for car washes. You know, we pass out the flyers and tell parents we're going to do a fundraiser for student council. And so get your car washed at kid pickup, and we would just have a separate area, and the kids would just wash their car. $3, you know, come on, that's cheap now. Because if I go through the automatic, it's a minimum of $9.
$9, yep.
Yeah,
I just went there yesterday.
Yes, it's like, wow, when did that happen? But so yeah, it's still an avid, that's still a good route for making money. So nobody has to feel trapped. I think one thing that I love about entrepreneurship is you do not have to feel that lack. You don't have to say, oh, I don't have any money. I'll never be able to do that. Everyone else gets the experience, not me. So our teachers are the same way. Do teachers make a lot of money? Everybody knows they don't, right? But they also don't work the whole year. We only work 188 days a year. The rest of them
Wow.
are off. That's a lot
wow.
of days. That's more than 100 days that are free time, right?
Yep.
So with 100 days, you could do a lot. So
Yeah.
our teachers often have a side hustle, and that's usually has to do with childcare, tutoring. They also may have, maybe they have a relative that sells silver jewelry in Mexico.
Mhm.
Well, there'll be a funnel for that. They'll buy it wholesale from them and sell it to us for a little bit more money, give some of the profits back to their relative, plus keep some for themselves. And it's fun to have stuff from Mexico, right? I mean, I wish I could go to Mexico more often, but I can't. And when I do go, I always buy silver, silver necklace, silver, bracelets and all. And so for it to come to my school because somebody's selling it, it's wonderful. And I think that I mean, there's so many businesses going on. They all are doing other businesses. And I think the cool thing is you just have to set up your business morals. So like the rule is you are welcome to have another job, but another business outside of TIA, outside of working full time as a teacher or an employee of TIA. However, your other side hustle may never trump our events or our things. You cannot tell me, oh, I can't, I have my other job. No, then it's a, what do they call it? It's a conflict of interest. Yeah. And so as long as they can keep that rule down and not leave work because they're doing something for their other business or something, then I'm fine with it. And I've only had 1 or 2 issues, over 20 years. So yeah, and we just nipped it in the bud. We just had a meeting. We said, do you want to be a teacher? Do you want to work, for the grocery? What do you want to do? And they say they want to be a teacher, then the grocery business has to go because you cannot work a job that many hours and come in and not yell at kids because you're not getting enough sleep.
And something else I was thinking, kind of as well as you, Tucson International Academy being prized for 100% of your kids getting accepted into college, and that being a big part of the focus at the school. I know entrepreneurship is kind of a part of the curriculum, a part of the school as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
So we loved new ideas. I mean, new ideas are what you need. I mean, think about COVID again. We all had to do everything different. Even how they served food, right? Grubhub, or Grubhub, or however you say it, had to, they ballooned their business, right?
Yep.
Amazon ballooned their business, all those because they had the way already set up for them to function in that scenario. So if you can be attentive, and Tony Robbins always says you need to anticipate the market. You need to look ahead. If you're just looking at today, oh, I just live for today, that's it. Okay, good luck, but don't be an entrepreneur because you'll fail. You have to look ahead. You have to say, wow, they're starting to bring up there might be another strain of COVID. My school's ready to go. If that happens, we can turn on a dime. We have our systems. We have the template ready. We would just duplicate that, give it to the teachers. They'd know what to do. So that's what I like about entrepreneurship. What was the original question? Tell me that again.
I was talking about how getting kids into college was a big deal, but so entrepreneurship was also a focus.
And that's because when you're going to college, wouldn't you like to have a side income? Because, you never just get, there's always an expense, either your housing or your transportation or something that isn't covered in that scholarship. So what if they have a side business? So one of our students started a business in our business program in our high school, and it was called Kicks, and it was refurbished, expensive name brand sneakers, and it was for the sneaker nation. And he would revitalize them, repaint them, refix them, restitch whatever they needed, put on new ties, and he would just find these difficult to find shoes plus spiffy them up, and he could make, like, one time he sold a pair for $1,500.
Oh wow.
Okay, that's a nice side income while you're in college, right?
Yeah.
And guess what he's studying in college right now? Business. And he's probably got just like one more year.
Smart man.
And he's on it. And he has been busy because every now and then, of course, being nosy ex-teacher of his, I look to see if his website's still working. And it is. He sells mostly on Instagram.
Nice.
So Kicks, is KICKZ.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah.
Goodness.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love
so
that.
he is doing it, living it. And so let's say another thing happens. Say he's working for a firm, but the firm closes. That kid is never going to have trouble. He'll always know how to start another business because he already did it. Once you've done it, you can just duplicate it over and over and over. And if you're always looking, what's the next thing that's needed, you'll be ready.
Yeah, I love that about talking about anticipation. He always, Tony Robbins, he always talks about Wayne Gretzky, how he would always anticipate where the puck was going, or just how a lot of the greats did all that. And I really love that that analogy that you used, and how you bring to the students all of these opportunities for them to learn not just how to go to college, but be an entrepreneur. And, you know, like that is teaching them something that I never learned when I was in school, you know, and I think that's what differentiates your school from a lot of the schools out there, is that you're bringing some newness, you're bringing some stuff that is needed, you know, financial literacy. I mean, the JA program, I mean, that was amazing. Tell the audience a little bit about that, how you brought that in and how that's been going for you guys.
Wow. JA is Junior Achievement. It is a nonprofit organization that serves nationally, actually internationally, I believe. But I'm very familiar with the region that we're in, which is Southwest Arizona. And I love it. It's all about financial literacy. They are very practical. They also turned on a dime and put their curriculum online just that fast. And it's excellent. It's all interactive. It's quick feedback. We did the stock market challenge, and that was all online. And we had a financial advisor talking to the kids first to tell them what is investing and what does the stock market look like and how does it work. And then they said, here's this much money of pretend money, invest it. And then they ran a competition, and the kids, like some of them didn't spend any of it because they said, well, it's a lot of money, we don't want to lose any. And some others went crazy and invested crazy amounts in everything, and they lost it all. And some others were very cautious, and they did a lot of the reading, because then they provide you reading so you can read up on the company and what else might happen. Oh, their CEO got fired, maybe not invest in that one. Okay, so you know, so they read and they learned and they made a ton of money. So the kids were like, how'd you guys do that? Then they talked. Then we had another round of competition, and you could just see the growth instant. That's what JA does. They have programs that grow the kids very quickly, because it's kind of learn by doing. And we recently also volunteered, even us being a charter school full of teachers, we went and we volunteered at CE Rose. And it was so much fun to see another school, you know, a larger public school, and to be of service to them. Seeing how the kids responded, how much they liked it. I mean, they were like, oh, and then we started talking about that. We had their attention. They went from, oh no, what's this person going to say, to what's she going to say next? Because it was interesting to them. Kids are interested in new ideas and creating. And so,
and you know, something else that I saw you is like when you were playing with them, that was so cute. I was like, look at Dr. J, the little kid in her came out. I love that. That was really cool to see you having some fun, and the kids were having fun with you. They were going, I don't know if you guys were playing like Duck the Goose or something, right? I can't remember.
It was cat and mouse.
Cat and mouse,
you hold your hands up and down, and you keep the mouse, you keep the mouse safe, and you the cat tries to go in and out.
Yeah, that was cute. That was really cool.